Hi Cancer, what's up? Welcome to your reading. I hope you're all having a fabulous day. We're going to see what messages want to come through for you, get some insight, get some guidance, see what you need to know right now. If this reading is helpful or insightful, please let me know by leaving a like, comment, and subscribe. Private readings are available down below, and let's get right into your messages. Let's see what you need to know right now, Cancer. Let's see what's going on, what's coming towards you, anything that will help you on your journey. And of course, if you enjoy this reading, make sure you leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Private readings are available down below. Let's see what's going on for you. I felt drawn to start off with the animal cards today for you, Cancer. Let's see what's the vibe. We got the otter as your first card out, which is very positive, very optimistic, very playful. So far, so good. You may have some sort of news cut that's coming in. We have the hawk at the bottom. Maybe you got some sort of good news, something that's going to like cheer you up or make you smile. We have the fire ant. Give me one more for Cancer. Oh, they gave me more than that. Unicorn, raccoon, and the bear. So there's like something lurking in the shadows, something you can be picking up on a few things before it even happens. Perhaps there's some sort of communication or conversation that is yet to take place, and there seems to be tension that's brewing, or a pot that's on simmer. It's about to reach boil. It feels that there's like another person or multiple people that are involved here, and I'm seeing someone that's in hiding, someone who, and this could be you or someone that you're dealing with, someone who's in this avoidant mode, or somebody who has been keeping to themselves, been very quiet and mysterious and hard to reach. Someone who's been in full-on observation mode and asking for certain guides, like to come through with signs, or like I'm hearing like show me a way, or show me a path, or show me a sign, that sort of thing with the unicorn. It is very much like spiritually tapped in and searching for something deeper, a deeper meaning, a deeper calling. I feel like the otter and the fire ant, it's interesting because these are opposite energies completely. First of all, fire, and then water, opposite elements, but then we have a card that's representing joy and fulfillment and happiness, and then we have a card that represents conflict and chaos and tension and drama. And it's like the way that the otter's looking over at the fire ant, the otter isn't really fazed by this heat. And otters, you know, they go in the water, they also can go on land, they can adapt. I feel that you're dealing with a situation you're not super pressed about, or you're not super bothered by, or you know how to extinguish this fire. Perhaps you had like a warning or like a heads up through your intuition that like kind of prepared for this, so it wasn't really a surprise for you, or it seems like it doesn't really seem to affect you very much. You have a lot of positive things going on, that you're not going to allow this one incident or this one person to bring you down. It feels that someone here you're dealing with, I think they're in their ego. Somebody who is being very immature, we'll just put it that way. Somebody who probably needs to take accountability, and they know that, and you know that. I feel like someone's burning themselves out, or they're getting very heated, getting very frustrated, and you've been like seeing the signs, or you have been sensitive to this person's energy. Your third eye highlighted here with the unicorn, you're tapped right on in. This person could tell you, oh no, I'm fine, but you can see through it. You can see through the bullshit. You can see through like shady behavior. I'm seeing with the raccoon, there is a little bit of like a shadiness, or a facade, a mask, something that isn't super real or genuine. With the raccoon, I'm hearing trash talk. Like I got the image in my mind's eye of like raccoon in the trash, and then I heard, you know, I saw the trash can, and then I heard trash talk. So it's like someone's acting trashy, or like if someone's like up to no good, that's gonna be revealed possibly by the full moon in Pisces, which is on the 7th of September, and it's also a lunar eclipse, so it's pretty powerful stuff. All right, here, let's see. Rakun and the bear. I see you starting something new. This is like unrelated to whatever this kind of crazy chaotic situation is. You're starting something new, or there's something you're doing in private. There's something that you have recently begun and you haven't told anybody, or maybe you told like a couple people or like one person. But for the most part, this looks like this is something you've been working on in silence, or you've been keeping to yourself, or it's like you just don't need extra eyes, extra judgment, extra opinions, or even evil eye. Although if anyone sends you that, like, just transmute the energy. It does not have to enter your energetic field. You're so divinely protected. And also just it comes down to what you will allow yourself to accept or to tolerate. So just because someone's sending you evil eye doesn't mean it's going to actually penetrate, right? Only if you allow it. If you believe it's going to affect you, if you believe it's going to be the downfall of your success or your relationship, if you give that person the power, then yeah. But if you rebuke, if you reject, or if you're like, thanks for the energy, I'm going to turn that around and use it for my good and use this towards something positive, that's up to you. That's what I would recommend. But so I feel here, there's a lot to enjoy. Like, there's a lot to be positive about. There's a lot to focus on rather than this bullshit. Basically. So let it simmer. Sometimes when the fire ant comes out, this is a card that says, hey, let's take a break. Let's come back to this later. Let's deal with this tomorrow when we're in a more neutral, calm frame of mind. Let's take some time out to think before we speak. So I kind of also see you going and hiding with the raccoon a little bit, or I see you pulling away, or just kind of keeping to yourself, tending to your needs. And whatever it is that you're starting with the bear, this is the beginning of a big chapter for you, okay? I'm seeing a lot of expansion taking place. Of course, expansion, stretching, it's a bit uncomfortable. It's not always the easiest. It sometimes can be very challenging, or it asks us to take some sort of leap or to take some kind of risk. It might feel foreign, it might feel very new to you, a path you have never walked before or you haven't gone through in a very long time. It will get easier though with consistency. So if you can just lock in and push through, the rewards, the results, they're there and they're worth it, okay? So I mean, despite everything that you got going on, you're showing up very positive, grounded, confident, and you're not paying too much energy to this. You're not really giving it too much of your time, energy, emotions. Like, pretty good. Very strong. I love that for you. All right, so let's see what else is going on here. Using a new deck today. It is Heaven and Earth Tarot. So let's see what this deck, this is the first reading I'm using with this deck, so Cancer, hey! All right, let's see what wants to come through for you, what you need to know. Right now, for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus placements, show me clearly. Woo! Starting off very strong and kind of painful. We got a 3 of Swords. All right. And we have a Wheel of Fortune at the bottom, which tells me that this too shall pass. All right. We're going up from here. But yeah, so 3 of Swords is the first card out. Let's get some more. Hopefully it can tell us a little bit of where this is going, why this is occurring, what this is teaching you, what happens next. But your heart is heavy. Someone's heart is heavy if it isn't yours. We have Temperance, Sagittarius energy, Princess of Cups. More water. Show me clearly what's going on for Cancer. Ace of Cups as well as the Hermit. Virgo energy. I feel like, because we're in Virgo season now, Virgo season is going to be very powerful for you. Holy crap. Nine of Cups is at the bottom. This is like wish fulfillment coming to you when you choose yourself. I see you're choosing yourself. Definitely this Ace of Cups and the Hermit definitely feels like this is a journey of self-love, a journey of healing, a journey of self-discovery, healing, forgiveness, and replenishment is also what I'm hearing. So you're trying to recalibrate. Three of Swords and Temperance. Definitely trying to get back into your groove, get back into your swing. You took a hit. Your heart took a hit. Things seem to be weighing quite heavy for you. Emotionally, mentally, physically, spiritually, just overall like your energy, okay, Cancer? It will get better. This is going to be something that you bounce back from quite quickly, very strong from. You could be feeling very vulnerable right now, or we have Temperance and the Princess of Cups, which tells me you are finding ways to cope, finding ways to manage, how to cope with the stress, how to channel this pain, channel this hurt, anger. You're finding ways to release that energy so that it doesn't stay stuck and dormant and stagnant within you and your body, and also your heart, your mind, your subconscious too. You're not just recommended, don't push it down and avoid and ignore it. Face it. You're going to want to face it. It will pass a lot sooner than if you avoid. So Temperance and this Princess of Cups. Maybe there's someone who's trying to make things right with you. There could be somebody who would like to apologize or smooth things over. Maybe there is someone here, Princess of Cups, Ace of Cups, someone who is offering a cup of love or emotion or showing remorse. But when this first came out, especially with the Hermit, this feels more to do with yourself, like forgiving yourself, being more gentle with the way you speak to yourself, right? Your own inner dialogue and how you are talking to yourself, whether it's in a positive way or a negative way. It's like this is showing here, be more intentional of being caring, patient, loving, compassionate to what you're going through, to yourself, right? I think you are, for the most part. I think you are giving yourself grace, you're giving yourself time, you're giving yourself patience. That's what's required at this time. And even patience as you're healing. If you're having a hard time moving on from an event that really shattered your heart, this is a time to acknowledge it, observe it, and like let it go, let it in, let it out, like, and it comes in waves, right? This is a process of healing and clearing. And the best thing as you're going through this is to be patient with yourself during this whole thing, right? It's a lot, I can tell. And the Hermit, you could be feeling the need to remove yourself. You may feel the need to go inwards. This is definitely screaming some alone time, or go into your crab shell, your little Cancerian crab shell. This is definitely a time of self-discovery, right? The Hermit and the Ace of Cups, the way that the Hermit, he's shining a light on this cup. This is definitely a time of filling your cup up, filling up your reserves. They've run dry, or they've run empty, or I feel like you've just given a lot to other people, things outside from you, and you're drained. Your energy is definitely drained at this moment, but I'm seeing where you're headed and the actions that you're taking is going to revitalize you, your spirit, your soul, your energy. And I love that with the Nine of Cups at the bottom, which really is showing that you're bouncing back from this, like without a single doubt. Nine of Cups, we have the Eight of Cups, and then the Knight of Pentacles. It might take a little time, y'all. You may be in this journey. You've been on this road for a little while. I can't even get the words out of my mouth, but your consistency, your persistence, your dedication is paying off. You are walking away from something. You are leaving something behind. I actually see with this Eight of Cups and Knight of Pentacles, you're coming into more stability. And this can be in terms of finances. This can be in terms of improvements in your confidence, improvements in your health. It's showing that things are becoming more stable as you're leaving. I think you're leaving behind instability. Actually, we have a 5 of Pentacles, 10 of Swords. Oh wow, and the 10 of Wands, y'all. Let me tell you, the worst is over. You're only going up from here. So you may have hit rock bottom. Woof. Big hugs to you if you're going through this. Really big hugs. But the worst is over. Hallelujah. Can I get an amen? Woof. So, 9 of Cups. I like that it's at the bottom. Let's go a little bit deeper before I pull any more and see where you're headed, where you're going, what else is happening. Let's just clarify a little bit of this and just get a deeper understanding as to like, what is actually going on here? 3 of Swords here for Cancer. Yeah, it's a very painful, uncomfortable. I'm hearing abrupt for some of you. Your heart was just like ripped out of your chest. Okay. Whew. Tell me this 3 of Swords for Cancer. Why is the 3 of Swords here? King of Wands. Maybe there's actions that you regret or you wish you had done differently. There's something you had a lot of confidence in and now you're like, damn, what was I thinking? All right, we have 6 of Wands reverse. Yeah, that's just exactly what I was saying. And then the Sun. So Leo energy. We have this is all fire, clarifying the 3 of Swords. It's like you got burnt. You touched the handle of a hot ass pot. You burnt your hand, you burnt your heart. You know, it's not even that you were trying to play with fire, but you know, there's a situation you got burned. At least it's a burn. No, actually I hate burns. I was like, well, it's a burn. It's not gonna, actually they do scar depending on how severe it is. So I take that back. I don't fuck with burns. Oh my gosh. Any type of burn. Sunburn, rub burn. Just nah, none of that. Ew. Get your aloe vera. Highly recommend. I love aloe vera plants. They're amazing and they're so good for healing physical wounds. Okay. Anyways, King of Wands, 6 of Wands reverse, and the Sun. Let me just tell you, whatever that wasn't successful, whatever that you perceive to be as like a failure, a big loss, a fumble, you fumbled this opportunity, it wasn't meant for you. Not to say it's not meant for you down the line, who knows, whatever, but as of right now, this is something that's just not in alignment. And it's becoming crystal clear. And if anything, I feel like with the Sun and the 6 of Wands reverse, there's this relief. Or there's optimism being like, you know what? You live, you learn. I'll get through this. I'll come out on the other side. I'm thankful. I'm grateful for this experience. Thank you for the lesson. I'm thankful for the good times, even the bad times, you know, just trying to look at things from more of a positive frame of mind, which I really honor and respect that. Like that takes a lot of strength and awareness and mindfulness. So, but maybe you're dealing with a fire sign or a Leo that has inflicted this pain onto you. Something definitely could have been revealed to you. I'm seeing like a mistake was made or putting your faith, your trust in the wrong individuals. Let's see. So at the bottom, we have the Chariot, Queen of Swords, and the Princess of Cups. I see like, first of all, this Chariot and the Queen of Swords, this is like full stop to traffic. Someone with the stop sign be like, hold the fuck up. There's construction going on over here. Slow down. You're gonna have to wait your turn. This feels like something coming to an abrupt stop. You're putting an end to this, and it looks like you're really holding your boundaries, holding your ground. You're listening to your intuition, which is always recommended, especially Cancer. Your intuition's very strong. You're ruled by the moon. I also see you holding back from speaking, or something is telling you, don't say anything. Don't reach out. Don't call that person. Don't give them any energy, any attention. I see you holding back. I see you've gone cold. And there could be someone who's trying to reach you or get your attention or speak to you, but If you respond, it's very cold, icy, sharp, very dry. You put on your customer service voice. Hi, how may I help you? Actually, you're like, I don't even need to help you. I'm not helping you. You're like, what do you want? What is it? And also, I just see you holding back fully. And Four of Pentacles and the High Priestess, I definitely see you're not revealing all of your plans, secrets, feelings. You're not revealing it, especially that Queen of Swords. You're coming across ice cold. Cold as ice. All right, so why is Temperance here? Because now as we go into Temperance, which is more about like finding the balance, finding the middle ground. And when I said like cold as ice, I heard, well, that's not me. / that's not you. Like, that's what I'm hearing. Temperance. Ooh. Why is Temperance here for, I was going to call you Scorpio. Shout out to any Scorpios. Why is Temperance here for Cancer? Ace of Cups. Three of Wands is at the bottom, but let's pull some more. This is something that you're anticipating or planning for, or you can't stay. Let me just say, that Three of Swords energy, you know you're not going to stay in it for long, / you can't, / you don't want to. So you're definitely trying to get a move on or trying to pick yourself back up, recalibrate like we had said earlier. Queen of Cups. Oh my God, you literally go from cold as ice to, all right, you know what? We're back, bitches. We're back. Yeah. Stay true to you. Princess of Pentacles. Seven of Cups at the bottom. Oh, sorry, I got a loose hair. Get off. Okay. Loose strings. Tying up loose ends. Ace of Cups, Queen of Cups, Page of Pentacles. So if we're just talking just about you for a second, this is where you are picking yourself back up. You're wiping the dust off, cleaning up any little cuts, scars, bruises, wounds, whether it's emotional, physical, whatever you're dealing with. You're bouncing back. Back into your groove, back into your zone, back into your energy. You bounce back stronger than you were yesterday, stronger than you were a week ago, a month ago, a year ago. That takes a lot of strength. This is personal development right here. This is character development. Massive growth here. And I love how we went from that Queen of Swords to now Queen of Cups, where it's like, okay, you were very cold, very dense. Like made of steel, all right? Guarded too, detached even, and you have to be in that state to protect yourself, to heal yourself, to recover. As now you're getting back into the aftermath, whatever the fuck that was, okay? I see that you're warming back up, getting back into your zone, getting back into your energy, getting back into your flow. And now let's switch gears a little bit with this Page of Pentacles. I see that there's an offer that's coming on in. This might be with a friend. This might be with someone that you care about. This could be somebody new. If it's connected to the situation, if it's about a person that has like harmed you or upset you or did something really nasty, this could even be energy of mending or forgiveness. We'll have to see. Honestly, Seven of Cups, King of Pentacles, and the Emperor. There is someone that's coming through with an offer, but you're not quite sure what to do with it. You're looking at the available options and you're looking at what is going to bring you the most stability, what's going to be the most successful. Long-term plans, Page of Wands. Feel your way through this. Okay, let's see. So Princess of Cups. There definitely could be some kind of message that comes in or emotional expression, apologies, like an explanation. Let's see. Princess of Cups for Cancer. The Alchemist. So this is something that definitely seems to be turning the situation around. Or however things are unfolding, you're turning things around, making it work out in your favor. We have the 10 of Cups. Awesome. Oops, I flipped the 10 of Cups in the reverse. We have the 4 of Pentacles, Queen of Swords, and then the 3 of Swords. Wow, we just go full circle. 7 of Swords is at the bottom. Definitely be aware of any deception, trickery, and especially the way that when I went to pick up these other cards, the 4 of Pentacles, Queen of Swords, and I accidentally knocked this 10 of Cups in the reverse, tells me things can easily like flip. They easily can flip. Oh, it doesn't feel the most stable. It doesn't. All right, let's talk about this though. Let's break this down. So Princess of Cups, Alchemist, the 10 of Cups. There's discussions or talks, or if this is just literally about you, you're thinking about this and you're talking to yourself, okay? But I'm seeing talks about like the future, where you want to live, who you want to live with, dream home, existing home. Is this in alignment with you? I just see you holding back or not being entirely open. There is this part of you that's super guarded, right? We saw the Queen of Cups. You were warming up. You're like, okay, you know what? Like I was being maybe a little too rigid, a little too sharp. That's not me. That's not how I like to be. Let me like warm up a little bit. But then this kind of, I'm hearing like it triggers your fight or flight, or I'm seeing you kind of, your hazards have gone on, I was gonna say stinger, but you're not a Scorpio. But if you got a Scorpio placements, it's like your stinger has come up. Your crab pinchers. You're like ready to defend, ready to definitely defend. Or, oh my God, not these cards sticking to me. You're not, you know what I will say? You're not just gonna let this slide. You're not gonna just forget about it, pretend it never happened, sweep it under the rug. Fucking no. You're not gonna just let this slide. You're not just going to forget. Forgive and forget. You're not gonna forget. You're not gonna just let this slide. You're not gonna let this person get away with it. Queen of Swords and the 3 of Swords, you're gonna hold them accountable, / they need to hold themselves accountable. It's not your job. Ooh. At the bottom, we have the 7 of Swords. Hermit, Hierophant, 5 of Swords as well, and the Lovers, Gemini energy. We have Taurus and Virgo. I get this sense that whoever you're dealing with, or this message that comes in, there is a manipulative aspect. The 7 of Swords definitely brings in deception, someone who has done something wrong and has been very careless, very selfish, and what they'll probably tell you, 7 of Swords, Hermit, and the Hierophant. I've gone inwards. I've been doing a lot of thinking. I've been doing a lot of self-reflection, self-discovery, and I've learned from it. Hierophant, I learned my lesson from it. But the thing is that 7 of Swords tells me this person's not being entirely truthful, and the 5 of Swords too, right? I get a sense this is someone who's trying to just tell you what you want to hear. Have they truly learned from this Hierophant and then 5 of Swords? Because why are they doing it again? If you truly learned and you've reflected on, okay, what I did was fucked up. That was really messed up. Or hey, I said something, I regret it. I shouldn't have said that. Whatever, right? I know my actions had harmed you and these are the consequences. I've learned a lot. So, oh really? You've learned a lot, Hierophant? You've truly learned? You've leveled up? You've grown? Why the fuck are you doing it again, 5 of Swords? Now, we do have the Lovers. This could bring in that deep soulmate energy. You feel like you've known this person before. Very intense. This is bringing in a lot of karma between you and this individual. So I'm seeing a cycle here. And until whoever this is finally confronts and actually faces themselves, this is something that's going to keep on looping and repeating, most likely. And I think you're aware of that too, right? Queen of Swords, 3 of Swords, 4 of Pentacles. You're like, very guarded. I'm holding back right now. Obviously, Alchemist 10 of Cups. You want this happy ending. You want everything to work out. You want to be on the same page with these people, this person, this lover, this friend. That feels more personal than business or work. I gotta be real. But hey, apply it to your situation. You would love that. If you could snap your fingers, wave a magic wand, you would have it instantly. It would be perfect. But the situation's a lot more complex than that. It doesn't work like that here on Earth. So you're hearing sweet words, but words are just letters. What about the action? So Ace of Cups. So let's see why the Ace of Cups is here. Oh, we're at 30 minutes. Gotta wrap this up soon, y'all. Ace of Cups for Cancer. Moon and the Prince of Wands. Pisces energy. This definitely could be taking place around that eclipse on the 7th of September if you're listening to this. But if you're listening to this down the line, just the next full moon, you can base it off that. Let's see. Tell me this Ace of Cups for Cancer. One more. Ace of Cups for Cancer. Thank you. Eight of Wands. That fell out on that fell out on the Three of Swords. We have the Queen of Pentacles at the bottom, the World, and the Two of Pentacles. So I'm seeing this is up in the air. You have this offer coming in, possibly from a fire sign or a Pisces. This reading has been strong fire, let me tell you. Strong fire, specifically Leo and Sagittarius. Did we see Aries? I think we saw the Emperor at one point, but it wasn't that potent of energy. So, you definitely got an offer coming in from this person. What are their intentions though? I don't even know, to be honest. I don't even think this person knows what they want. They kind of are clueless. Do you think I got much going on up there? I'm just kidding. I'm sure they do. But especially with the Prince of Wands, they like the chase. They like the thrill, you know? And especially because you're being very cold, right? We saw Queen of Swords twice. And we know that's not really your jam. That's not really how you move on the regular. When you're healed, when you're happy, you're in your Queen of Cups, loving, gentle, soft, open, nurturing, expressive, creative, you know? You like to be light and airy and fun. So because now you've pulled back your energy, they like to chase. They love that game. They love it. They find it just like thrilling, exciting. So, always Princess of Wands. It's kind of a hit or miss energy. It's not always the most potent or long term. It's a spark. Will it go any further? I don't know. Queen of Pentacles, the World, and then the Two of Pentacles. Looks like and then we have the Fool. You're on the fence of whether or not you should explore this or if you're done. Definitely being pulled between two different options that are available. Do you stay? Do you go? Do you walk away? Do you end this? Queen of Pentacles and the World. Something's changing in the physical reality, something in the 3D. There's definitely some big changes that are occurring in terms of your money, finances, your investments, your health, your wellness. I see you actually coming into a lot more abundance, a lot of wealth, actually, to be honest. So ask yourself, like, say you won the lottery tomorrow, would you be putting up with this? Would you share that with this person? I don't know. Just a question. Just a question. Might help you with this situation. Do you want to jump right on into this? We have the Fool, the Six of Swords, the Seven of Pentacles. Give it a thought. Give it a think or two. You know, it's recommended. Underneath the Seven of Pentacles, we do have the Five of Cups and the Eight of Cups. Y'all, it looks like you're walking away. You have your free will, but just taking a peek deep down beneath all these cards, You're probably thinking a lot about it. All right, Seven of Pentacles, Five of Cups. Thinking a lot about it. Heavy heart. Feeling all types of ways. Underneath the Five of Cups with the Eight of Cups, where it's like, I think that whether you walk away today, tomorrow, a year from now, 5, 10, there's this inner knowing you have that eventually you're gonna reach your limit. So if you haven't reached your limit yet, you might give it another shot or 2 or 3, or however many times you need to learn this lesson. It's truly up to you. Hermit, let's see why this is here, and then we gotta go, y'all. 35 minutes. Hermit, why is a Hermit here? Take some time to go inwards. Let's see, why is a Hermit here? Ace of Pentacles. Ten of Swords. Do I have another jumper? No. Just get one more. Oh, Seven of Swords. The Star at the bottom. Empress, Nine of Wands. You could be dealing with an Aquarius. This seems, it's really important that you look at the bigger picture, like really think about the long term here. Something new, like we saw with the bear, something new is definitely brewing, something new that you're beginning. It is relating to your wish fulfillment. I'm seeing that you are someone who's worthy and deserving of so much love, so much success, so much abundance and happiness and joy. And this Ten of Swords, I feel like there needs to be an exchange where in order for these blessings to really take off, for your, whatever it is that you're trying to call in, whatever it is that you're trying to manifest, whatever you're wanting in life, there has to be this exchange. You have to have space in order for this to come in. And then in exchange, you gotta let this crap go or this situation go. And it might not be something that just happens overnight. Like realistically, you know, we got money we got to get, we got our bills we got to take care of, we got people to take care of, we got our families, we got our homes, we got our animals, we got the state of the world. Like there's a lot of circumstances that can kind of slow things down. That's why it's the Ace of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles is always like the slowest of the aces. So this could take months, this might take years. I'm not quite sure. Everyone's situation is different, but what I can say, especially as we're in eclipse season in Virgo energy, right? Eclipses in Virgo and Pisces. This is the start of this ending, all right? This is activating a lot of karmic clearing, ties, closing, dealing with loose ends, all right? So this is the start. I feel like, could we say, okay, things are ending today? For some, maybe you're pulling the plug. You're saying, you know what? Fuck it. I don't got more time to waste. But I think realistically, this is the beginning of the end. That sounds so silly. The beginning of the end. It is. It is. And especially with this eclipse taking place with Virgo and Pisces. Pisces full moon on the 7th, and that's a lunar eclipse. Pisces in astrology is the 12th house, which does talk about endings, clearing karma, and a bunch of other shit, but I don't have time to talk about it. We gotta wrap this up, y'all. I've been talking for so long. So with the Seven of Swords after the Ten of Swords, you're gonna want to move forwards carefully. What's the word? Stealthy. Yeah. Not to reveal all your cards at once. Move in silence. I mean, like slither away. I feel like there's a lot you have to keep to yourself, or a lot that you will have to hide, or just keep it on the down low. But yeah, I don't really have much else to add here. Wish we could go further, but I think we should wrap up the reading because we're talking for a very long time. So we'll leave it there. This is the start of a new beginning / the start of the end of this cycle, of this transit, of this situation, of this, you know, this is the beginning of the end in this chapter of your life. Whew, quite intense. Wow. Well, let me know how it resonates. Leave a like, comment, subscribe for more, and I will see y'all later. Have a good one. Bye, Cancer.